You're on, sir.
Hi, I'm Tim Malone, host of Meet Your Candidates. These programs are presented with the intention of introducing each of the candidates for commissioner in Madison County, North Carolina. Many of the questions we will be asking today came from reader responses to the question, what would you ask a candidate? This concept is from the editor of badcownews.com. We plan to ask 10 identical questions of each candidate. Now it is my pleasure to introduce you to Mr. William Briggs. Thank you for being here today, Bill.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate the two of you for taking your time and effort and just, you're busy people and taking your time to come out and give us a chance to express our views.
If you would, just tell us a little bit about yourself and before we get to the questions.
My name is C. William Briggs. I go by Bill Briggs. Born and reared in Madison County, lifelong resident. I graduated from Mars Hill High School. I graduated from Lake City, Florida Junior College in Forestry Technology. I graduated from Mars Hill College with a BA degree, now the university. I'm married to Jane Britt Briggs, and we have two grown children, Lydia and William. My work history, I worked as a truck driver and a salesman, and it's a salesman and driving a truck combination. What you had to do is go out and you had to know what to do as far as filling vacant shelves in these giant supermarkets. And you had to be a good salesman when we went to the country stores and sold them their product, which was meal and flour. I worked as a surveyor, worked in Madison County surveying, also worked in Conisty Falls and different developments as assistant to the surveyor.
Go ahead.
I worked for 20 years with the North Carolina Department of Revenue as a revenue office collector, and 3 of these years was in the drug tax division. And after the 20 years with the Revenue Department, I was a total of 8 years clerk of court in Madison County, where I enjoyed helping people. I like to cut through the red tape, save them time and money, regardless of their political affiliations. I was there to help. I took this job not as a position, but as a job, and that's the way I tried to do it for the 8 years that I was there. And I tried to be there and accessible to people at all times, and even had coffee to share with them if they wanted to come. And I've been, the latest endeavor is 4 years as a county commissioner, almost 4 years. And I'm running for re-election for another term.
And thank you for being here, Bill. We're going to get started with the questions. This was the single most suggested question. What is your understanding of hydraulic fracturing? Would you support it or would you keep it out of Madison County?
Hydraulic fracturing does not need to be in Madison County. I'm not for hydraulic fracturing in Madison County. One thing I forgot to add. Last question, can I go back?
Sure.
Sure.
I'm a member of Calvary Baptist Church in Mars Hill. And I'm a licensed real estate with broker's license in North Carolina. I wanted to mention those 2 things. All right. Okay.
Okay. Question number 2. A commissioner must be able to review financial documents prepared by the county manager and bookkeeper. We've given you some documents relating to county finances. Would you like to tell us what those documents tell you about county finances?
Well, from what you've handed me there, it's hard to distinguish in this specific case. That's all I'll say about that this time.
Question number 3. As a commissioner, if evidence were brought to your attention of financial impropriety by county employees or agents, what would be your response? For example, would you call for some type of investigation by an appropriate individual or authority, or would you let it go as something that happened in the past?
The first thing I would do is they would meet with the county manager, and he would try to get to the root of the situation and give them a chance to state their reasons or find out the true a true account of what happened. If that's not feasible, then we'll have to go to the investigative department, which is the sheriff's department.
Okay, question number 4. In your opinion, what are the 3 most important issues facing the county?
The three most important issues would be jobs, infrastructure, and more sales tax money for the county. And the reason I say this, you have to have more retail businesses, and you have to have some nice, clean factories, so to speak. And in order to do this, you've got to have infrastructure, and I think that that's one of the things that we do not have. That we need to have, and we need the county and the cities, towns needs to work together to provide this infrastructure for people that would come into this county to establish a business, a retail business, which is really brings in more sales tax and makes us a more viable county.
Question number 5. How many commissioner meetings have you attended in the last 12 months?
I've attended 12 regular meetings plus about 6 or 7, 8 more. We've had several meetings to discuss the budget. We've met with the Board of Education and additional meetings, which I've been there each one of them.
Question number 6. What actions could the county commissioners take to improve the county's economic and the economy and attract clean businesses that offer good local employment?
The first thing we need for that is a good economic and development board. And when you're doing an economic development board, you need to get people from all parts of the county, people with different ideas, people that have vision, and the people that know other people outside of their neighbor or other people on the committee. You've got to have people that know people outside of this county to bring in some of these businesses. As a sidebar, I've tried going on 4 years to get one person on the Economic Development Board, which I've been unable to do. And he's got more contacts probably than most of the people together, with the exception of maybe one person on the board.
Question number 7. It is often said that in order to be hired by the county or local school district, it is more important to have good contacts rather than good qualifications. Do you think that's true? And if so, how would you assure the county and school districts' hiring practices result in the hiring of the most qualified individuals?
I'm sure there's some nepotism in this county. As far as the Board of Education, the commissioners doesn't have any authority as to who they hire. As far as county employees are concerned, I think that you need to take the best qualified person, and they can be researched and taking the best one that's got the background and education for this specific job.
Question number 8. Commissioners appoint residents to important boards and commissions. Would you assure that future appointees are representative of all the viewpoints of the community, from people that have lived here all their life and newcomers?
I believe I covered that a little bit earlier, didn't I?
I believe
I think that you need to have, as I said before, you need to have an array of people from the different areas of the county, the different thoughts, different ideas, and that's what makes up a board. And like I say, you need people that know people outside of this county.
Question number 9. Would you cross typical party lines if you thought the issue warranted doing so?
Well, I've always been voted for what was right for the citizens of this county. I've not involved politics in something that was right for this county. If it helped this county and made it a better county, a better place to live, and provided any help at all for us as far as jobs or infrastructure, anything that was good for the county, that's what I've always tried to stand for, regardless of politics.
And the last question, what might you do if you learned that there is a lack of parity in the salaries earned by the various county employees? For example, what if people working at the landfill were earning more than the people working at the library?
But I think you'd have to have a committee, which I'm not a real committee person, but I think you would probably have to have a group of people to sit down and compare these salaries and bring them in line with what their jobs are and their qualifications.
Bill, that's all our questions. If you would, take a few minutes and explain to us the platform, why you're running for this office and what you would do.
By now. Go ahead.
You ready?
Yeah.
The big thing that this county needs is more jobs and needs more, of course, more tax revenue coming into the county. I'm not for ever a tax increase. I would vote against the tax increase. So we need to have more jobs, more retail businesses to bring the money to this county to provide more tax revenue. I've always, in my almost 4 years, have advocated for a better garbage disposal system. I don't like I don't like the system we have now. I've never liked it, and that's one of my campaign promises when I ran for office. That's one reason that I voted against the budget, is because of this trash situation, garbage disposal that we have in this county. And I think we need a new system, and I've been kicking about some in my mind, and if the right thing happens in the election, then hopefully we'll have a change in that. We need to continue to collect delinquent taxes. That's one of the big things that this county has not been doing in the past. We are doing it now. I have to say that's one of our accomplishments. We've gone from 100th place, tied with 100th place at 91% to now about 95% collecting these taxes, delinquent taxes. We've collected at least $500,000 in delinquent taxes, and hopefully we're going to collect $1 million more back delinquent taxes in the coming year, and that will help our money situation a great deal. It'll put more money in the fund balance, and it might